everybody knows about the LeBron Stephen A. Smith confrontation that happened a few weeks back. I think it was during the Knicks game at Staples Center, Crypto.com Arena on a TNT game. Some cameras caught it. Stephen A. went on TV and talked about it the next day. LeBron basically walked up to Steve during a timeout and basically cussed him out for a quick second about, excuse me, talking about Bronny. And on Pat McAfee show, here's what he said, quote unquote. He's on a Taylor Swift tour run right now. It started with, I don't want to address this. MF, are you kidding me? You couldn't wait to address it. He missed the whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to criticize the sport. But when you get personal with it, it's my job to protect my damn household and to protect the players. And he also said he's going to be smiling ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again, sitting in a chair with his ice cream and tidy whities, listening to me talk about him. Stephen A. Smith has been talking a lot about the LeBron confrontation, to a large degree because the attention economy demands it, right? This is just where we are. You're going to beat a topic into the ground. Stephen A. Smith is someone that I am professionally close with. That is someone that I've considered, someone whose ear I've bent over a number of issues throughout the course of my career. I'm not going to not talk about this and say that me and Steve ain't cool, because we've been cool for a number of years in this. I think to some degree, both sides, Dan, have their case. When Steve went on TV and said, as a father, after Bronny got tore up by Tyrese Maxey on national TV, where he just looked overmatched, and Stephen A. said, as a father, I'm pleading with you, or whatever it is, please stop this. I'm sure that's the thing that tipped LeBron off, that upset him that much. I'm not a father. I can't speak to those fatherly instincts. I'm an older brother. I can tell you, if somebody talked about my younger brother like that, we ain't gonna be doing just talking. We gonna be fighting, dog. That's not happening, right? So on some level of protection, you know what I mean? But I wonder, where does the line stop from, is Bronny just your son, or is Bronny a professional basketball player who can get criticized? Like, I'm trying to figure out where that line is, and I don't know where the line is because we have not established where the line is. But then you're a parent, I'm not. You tell me how all of that sat with you.
Yeah, so I feel like him coming up to Stephen A. in the public setting, obviously he was sitting front row, so everybody in the arena was going to see that interaction and as it happened. If I'm Bron, yeah, did you need to address it? Sure. Could it have been done in the tunnel? Probably. And I don't know, obviously that there's some conversation about, Stephen A. was saying something like, you and Rich Paul had my line. You could have called me. We could have talked about it, whatever. I don't know if that happened or if it didn't. If LeBron was compelled to address it right then and there, respect to him for doing that. My issue with it was, as much as it's LeBron defending his family and protecting his family, and Stephen A. was out of pocket for challenging his parental decisions, don't come at him as a father. However, let your son fight your battles. Bronny is a man. He's sitting in the league right now. He could go up to Stephen A. and challenge it. Because a lot of this also is like, Bron was offended that he was coming at him, talking about him being a father. But at the same time, Stephen A. has also been very vocal about Bronny's play and him not feeling like he belonged. And now you see Stephen A. flipping his script as usual, talking out both sides of his mouth, saying like, oh, well, I just knew with time he would be a basketball player. Like, no, you wasn't saying that 3 months ago. You were always talking about nepotism, how he wasn't ready there, how the second 55th player in the draft shouldn't be covered the way that he is. You're setting him up for failure. So I think, to your point, I think it's like kind of both sides are at fault here. Like, I think LeBron, as a parent, I think he had a right to speak his mind and handle it and address it the way that he did. But I think he could have done it in a less public setting, and it probably wouldn't have had the virality that it had. At the same time, I think he also needs to just let Bronny be Bronny, handle your business, because you can't constantly come to the defense of your kid all throughout his life, or else he's not going to be able to do anything himself. Give him a voice. We want to hear from Bronny, not that Stan account that keeps on retweeting everything that comes out about Bronny. Like, we need to hear from Bronny about how he's doing. And I think, as we've seen Bronny kind of mature throughout this season, he's having success in the G League. He had a coming out party just a week ago. I've always thought that Bronny, I didn't know that I necessarily thought that he would be a pro-ready player now, but I was of the opinion of give this kid a chance. Like, he's super young. He's still coming back off of a heart condition. He didn't get a full year at USC. So I think that there was time to see that. And, like, he's LeBron James's kid. Not all father-son duos work out, but I'm pretty sure this kid's going to be all right eventually. I still have questions about where he's going to fit in terms of his size. He's 6'2". Is he going to be a combo guard? Is he going to be a point guard? So I think you got to give it time. But at the same breath of it, I think Stephen A needs to probably chill out with it now. I know he's enjoying all the engagement farming he's been getting from this. And LeBron addressed it again. So he's going to probably get on his show and talk about it again tomorrow on First Take and probably on this podcast. But that's the world we live in, right? Like, everything's about addressing this engagement farming agenda, and Stephen A is the best at it, man. And I think I enjoy the entertainment factor of it, but I'm also tired of hearing about it because, honestly, like, what are we talking about? There's a lot better basketball that we could be discussing, not Bronny, LeBron, and Stephen A and their drama.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things. Like, the important thing as far as just the Bronny situation, because I was somebody that said, this doesn't make me feel good. In the very beginning, I was not one of those. I think it was Jay Williams and all those other people saying, it's about time for us to have black nepotism. And I'm like, no. So this is the thing? This is the thing that we're going to have black, like, nothing of real substance. We're going to have black nepotism here. And then you know what's going to happen? The world is going to keep moving, and it's going to be all these instances of nepotism that don't benefit nobody else. Like, How about we have a level playing field, ideally everywhere? And I would not advocate for nepotism. It's a weird space to sit in with LeBron and Bronny because, like you said when you were talking, Dan, that kid almost died. And that's the part to me that, because we didn't see it on television like Damar Hamlin, it doesn't register with us. We saw it, we heard about it in a tweet and an update and everything else. And there's only so much that we knew about Bronny at the time anyway. So there was only so much of a connection that we could project onto him. Other than, man, that's LeBron's son. LeBron's son almost died and everything else. I wanted the kid to enjoy college. Yeah. Like, college seems like a lot of fun. You know what I mean?
Imagine how much money he would have been making in NIL. Like, whew.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a tough thing to balance. But like you said there, that didn't feel right. Like, I don't feel like necessarily LeBron handled the presentation of how Bronny was going to be introduced and presented as an NBA player the right way. It was going to make people feel a certain way. Not everybody was going to look at this and say, oh, this is some heartwarming father-son moment. This wasn't Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. hitting home runs back-to-back, because you know that Jr. was that dude.
Yeah,
like there was no doubt that Jr. was coming. Sports is about merit. It's about competition. It's about proving it on the field of play, and we hadn't seen Bronny do it. And that did look a little uncomfortable when Tyrese Maxey was playing against Bronny, and it's a 5-on-5 game, and the game looked too fast for Bronny, and it didn't look like that he was connecting with what it took to be a pro in the NBA. It didn't look like he was a pro. It looked like during the not lockout year, it looked like during the COVID year where everybody was just out with COVID, and then you had to call players up from the G League, and you knew these dudes wasn't pros. Like, somebody scored 20. You like, who is this dude?
Right.
But look who he's playing against. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like, it's like you know it when you see it type of thing. Like, I don't have to look at a high school kid and know his projection to be like, hey, man, I think that kid's a pro. Like, I don't have to see the stars by your name. I could just look at a college guy and say, man, that dude's a pro. You didn't have that feeling with Bronny, and I think that's what brought the ire from Steve, is that it felt like the kid was being embarrassed, or if at worst, it felt like the kid was being used as a prop in LeBron's story, and that doesn't serve him. It felt like it was serving LeBron. And that's something that all of us should feel some level of discomfort with, especially for the people advocating for nepotism. You were trying to use this flesh and blood human being, 19-year-old, to advance LeBron James' story. And that should make you feel like
It's definitely another chapter in his legacy, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you called Ken Griffey to do the whole photo op and all that. Like, this is all, it's all just being scripted to the LeBron legacy, right? So to me, like, that part of it, I don't like, but that's LeBron.
Yeah.
As we were talking about the top of it, why are you talking to Pat McAfee for 75 minutes when you should be at shoot around? I mean, I'm not saying where you should be at shoot around, but like, you're in Indianapolis, like, you guys are you're struggling a little bit. You're lost 7 of your last 10 games. Why are you going to the Disney network right now to talk shop? Like, I don't know. That's just, LeBron moves to the beat of his own drum.
It's content, baby. He just gave us a good 25 minutes of us talking about this. Don't ask why. Ask why not more.